Good afternoon. We have with us Shri R.K. Mittal, retired IAS officer, and he is the founder of Kabir Peace Mission at Allahabad. Sir, very good evening to you, and firstly, welcome to Varanasi, and thank you for coming and gracing our conference. Sir, I'd like to begin this talk with knowing your views on the theme of our conference, sir, leadership and management through spiritual wisdom.
It's a very relevant thing, no doubt about it, because I think is very today, despite all the wisdom and knowledge, is something to be proved. Now it is being truly realized that we are missing inner dimension of life, which in other words is spirituality, and it has to be properly projected because this word spirituality still haunts most of the so-called educated persons. If it is projected rightly, I think the time has come now. People have no more that shy of the word spirituality. They used to be, and it's a very right time.
Very well. So you have been in the Indian Administrative Service, so you have a lot of exposure to the public administration, sir. So we would like to know, there's a public administration, there are private administrations like the corporate bodies. So the role of spiritual wisdom or spirituality in short, and a little comparison between these two administrations, sir. Where is it being more effective, in the public administration or in the private?
Surely it is more in public administration because you are transparent, you are noticed, you are accountable to people at large. Your conduct has a bearing on others, members of the public and society at large. Certainly things help in private sector also, but that facet of private sector, at least you are not required to be accountable to public, you are accountable only to inner management. That way it counts more in public dealings.
So, but as we witness on television in maybe legislation, parliamentary sessions, a lot of unruly behavior, and these are the people that the country looks up to. So, can some kind of spiritual wisdom be imbibed there, and how will it? Because who will bell the cat? So that is what. Is there a way to do that?
I think the biggest strength is democracy, our elections. And people are so empowered today. Only thing is they have to be awakened. And this awakening will also come through this spiritual enlightenment.
So it's the common man who should not tolerate maybe these kind of things.
Things are changing. It's India only when powerful persons are thrown out without any fuss. Even Indira Gandhi and so many others. Why? So that is our biggest hope. There may be handicap at times, but certainly overall it will be strength.
Overall, you are seeing a positive result. So, to you as an individual, what is spirituality, sir? As an individual question.
Spirituality is excellence in life, peace in life, harmony in life. And it comes from a combination of qualities. And fortunately, India has a large number of organizations, persons who are into spirituality. They may not be known as such, but a poor farmer who is cultivating a field is a spiritual person. He goes by the laws of nature. He sows seeds at the right time, waters it at the right time, reaps it at the right time.
And sir, if we extend this to leadership, who would be your role model or a iconic figure who is practicing spirituality, sir, in today's competitive scenario?
Any true leader, I mean, occupying position is not leadership. Mahatma Gandhi occupied no position.
Right.
He is a true leader, not only of the world, country, but of the world. It depends how you define leadership. A father can be a good leader in home. I come across many young persons for whom a role model has been their father. So leadership is a quality, not a position. So certainly those who play a leading role in the society, they need to be equipped with those qualities. And since they are not equipped with those qualities, we see the chaos around. But as I said earlier, these things are very temporary. You know, anyone who has gone up the ladder has gone only through good qualities, human qualities.
So there's a concept of the 3 Ps nowadays that corporates or any focus is coming on, and these 3 Ps are profit, people, and planet. It is said that iska santulan or a proper balance of these 3 Ps is the right way to go forward. Is there a, sir, in your view, is there a way in which spirituality or spiritual wisdom can play a role into these 3 Ps, that is people, profit, and planets?
Certainly, spirituality is balancing all the 3. If my stomach is hungry, how can I be spiritual? I have to first take care of my physical needs. But I mean needs, not greeds.
Needs.
So, if needs are met, I think planet is also saved, people are also saved. So there is absolutely no other way. In fact, Vivekananda, he said, bread is the god of hungry person.
Right.
So unless we see basic needs being met, there is no spirituality. In fact, in many ways I consider Singapore to be more spiritual person. Because it's disciplined, hardworking, everything.
Following all the rules.
Spirituality does not mean depriving oneself, but not over pampering oneself. That is
In here's, in the sense, by people they would mean, I think, employees, and profit would mean the ultimate goal of the
It is
organization.
large because an organization has a bearing. It's not a organization who only thinks of its employees. It's not a integrated management practice. You have to think of the people, whether your customers are satisfied or not, your shareholders are satisfied or not.
All
And
the
even
stakeholders.
if they are not your shareholders and people at large, this corporate social responsibility,
Yes, sir.
it has a spiritual bearing in its philosophy.
Right.
If people are around are happy, even the mental vibrations affect your working. If there is hunger around you, and
It will-
certainly you cannot
It will not
remain
solve.
unaffected. Right?
Sir, you have been in a senior position and you would have attended so many seminars and conferences, even on spirituality. So moving, our institute is running this Center for Spiritual and Human Enrichment, CSHI. We have been organizing national and international conferences. We want to now develop a training module, sir, on how to make all the discussions that we are having in these forums and make a training module of practical use, maybe a 2 or 3 day training program, and actually move to corporates where, so that we feel what wisdom that is being shared here can be put into practical use. So sir, any kind words of advice how we should take a step forward in this direction?
I think it's all right to approach at corporate level, but the need is how do you imbibe values in early times of life, in schools, in families. That is,
Even
do you think a young boy will learn values from the institute? He will learn at home, he will learn from his teachers. A lot of work has to be done in that area. Our ex-president Abdul Kalam says, the values come from the lap of the mother and the primary school teachers. That time. Not that it's not important to do it later, but it is much more rewarding
Yeah.
to do it at a...
Maybe at least we can come in as a cure, if not as a prevention. Finally, sir, we are running this institute, a noble cause. We need your blessings and a few words of wisdom. How are we on the right track, and any further advice? How can we improvise?
But you reverse your peace, you said.
Reverse the P's.
So let profit with the last.
So put people, planet, people, and then
working
profit.
for the
Working.
planet. and the profit will come. Certainly,
It will follow.
economics follow.
Thank you, sir, and nice being with you. And